I gotta go to sleep on that note. Shoot. Okay, well, this is gonna be, I guess, my review side of things. Let me get into the chat really quick. See if you guys. Thank you so much for everybody that was still watching this. Uh, the way she acted, you can tell. No, I don't trust her. Yeah, I knew something was off. Right. Why is she not helping Adam? Right. Right. Like, I'm just like, fam, first off, why would you if he just got stabbed, right? The first instinct I would have would be like, oh flip. Okay, Adam might be already dead. I need to get this sword away from, Skeletor as soon as possible. Like, I'm more than capable. But she's been doing that this whole entire time, bro. Like, as far as helping people and saving people, she's not. It's not been it. Oh gosh. Okay, so let me try to see if I can give my thoughts and review um on Masters of the Universe. So Masters of the Universe, you guys, this is for a YouTube family. I just got done doing a full watch through of all 5 episodes of Part One, Masters of the Universe. This is more so. Well, I'm gonna say this. Let me backtrack. The way aesthetically, the visuals, the audio, the dialogue, it feels straight out of the 80s. If you guys are fans of He-Man, Master of the Universe, and what it used to be, now I'm talking about the 2000 version, which I really loved, but I'm talking about just what it used to be. This really feels like you could go in the end of that episode, the very last one, and go straight from here, like magnify, like, of course, the graphics and add a little bit of nuance and edge to it, but the nostalgia is baked and soaked in as far as the way they executed this series. I think that visually it looks really good. Some of the fights were pretty freaking dope. The problem that I had with the fights is it was few and far between. A lot of the fights really didn't matter to me, with the exception of like maybe episode 3 and 5 and 1. Those were the only ones. I mean, well, probably really 3. That was the only one I was kind of just like, they did do some interesting things. Like episode 4 was a really emotionally heavy episode, where like a lot of sacrifices were made and casualties were made. The other counter to that is that they killed off characters that I actually felt like benefited the story, and not even on some nostalgia stuff. Like, I'm not the biggest He-Man fan, but just in the execution of the way some of these characters were going, I was like, oh, this is an interesting character. Cool. I love to see where this goes, with evil-lyn, or what's going to happen with the imp character, or what's going to happen with this other character. And it's kind of like some of the characters, they either one didn't do anything really with. Duncan. Duncan's a really good example. Like Duncan, they did something with Duncan in the very first episode. I was like, yo, that's messed up. And it kind of felt like Avatar, like Avatar: The Last Airbender, Prince Zuko situation. And I was kind of like, oh, okay, they're gonna play this up because Tila, who's the front runner to be the protector or whatever, is his surrogate daughter, and she's gonna rally behind him and follow on him, and they work together. Like, no, they don't do that. Like, they disconnect him completely from it, and he's just kind of working towards other things, which does work on the other characters, but it doesn't benefit the character like Tila. It took me 4 episodes for me to even comprehend what she really wants, and then by the 5th episode, they play around with this game of like how she really feels about Adam, which is He-Man. Because in the very first episode, without spoiling anything, something very terrible happens, and consequences leave Tila in a situation where she abandons everyone. And I didn't like her motivation behind that, which didn't make her an approachable character, even though she seemed strong, even though she seemed more than capable. I didn't like Tila for most of the episodes. Even in the very last episode, it's something that she does that was questionable to me. I felt like, yo, why even go down that route? Like, what's the whole point of you doing that? Like, it just kind of threw off a big part of where I was kind of like, oh, okay, this could be really dope. But instead, they kind of just sacrifice it in a way that to me didn't help. It didn't help anything. But again, this feels like this is directly for the fans in so many different respects. Like the people that really do love these characters, really want to see a different approach to them. They really do feel like they're trying something different and new. The problem is that if you're gonna go down this route and doing something like that, you have to make me care about the main character, and I didn't gravitate towards Tila at all, especially in something the lines of dialogue she had in the very first episode, and also some of the things that kind of get lost between the cracks of certain situations that she's put in that she doesn't protect or she doesn't help, and yeah, it doesn't help. Then you have new characters, like you have like a character like Andrea. Andrea is a black character in this, and engineer tech. It kind of alludes that she may be more than friends with Tila, but they don't really go down that route. But she's funny, she's engaging, she seems capable, and she also wants to do the right thing. And she's kind of a conscience to Tila and makes her more bearable. They do something really interesting with evil-lyn. I thought was really engaging and really good. They added a different approach to her as a character. I mean, Beastman, they had Merman, they had all the different characters of legend that we remember from the original series. But so the last episode and the first episode, people say they had issues with. I didn't have issues with those episodes. I didn't. I think those are the stronger episodes, probably. Maybe the fourth episode over the fifth. But they do something in the fifth episode in bringing a character that I was like, what? I don't want to spoil it, but all I can say is yeah. Anyway, I thought that was freaking dope the way they did that. But then it's like it's glossed over by a bunch of melodrama, poor line choices and dialogue, and I didn't care about some of the things that were going on around the characters or the core characters for that matter. And also something happens really early on in the first episode that really made me upset with not necessarily Adam, but the people in his inner circle. So if you were looking for a lot of He-Man action in this, you may not necessarily get it. This is more of a Tila series, in all honesty. Like they probably should have just said that. It might would have helped. But anywho, but they do say masters of the universe, not master universe. So we'll see what happens with this. As far as a rating, I would probably leave it like a 6 out of 10, maybe 6.5. It wasn't anything really gut wrenching that happened except for the very last episode and the first episode. And even with both of those, those were consequences and things that could have been avoided. There's certain choices that characters make to not do certain things. I don't want to spoil it, but sometimes it's better to just, rid yourself of a situation or a character because of certain consequences that'll happen later on. And they just said, you know what, forget it. We'll just keep it going. But let me know what you guys think about Masters of the Universe. I did do a full live stream of it. It's been 2 hours and 17 minutes. It was on our Twitch, but it's no longer going to be on our Twitch anymore. But hopefully you guys did enjoy the live stream. And I will possibly be back for part 2. I guess I'm going to have to. And I'll probably do it in the same exact way. I'm assuming it's going to be 5 episodes only. And thank you guys that are still on our Twitch and watching. Shout out to Day Doy. Been up here for quite some time, so I really appreciate it. I see why the fans are mad, and I gotta agree. Day Doy, why do you say that without spoiling anything? Well, no, I'm gonna go ahead and end this. This ends our official review for Masters of the Universe Revelation. Thank you guys. I'm gonna continue to do this stream for a little bit just to talk to Daydoy, and I'll cut it from this point. So I'm gonna put the outro in right now so that we can kind of have like an official ending to this, and then I'm gonna still keep going and trucking and going. Make sure you subscribe, hit that bell button. Make sure you go to Patreon. Make sure you subscribe to our Patreon and Patreon followers. You guys can be able to see this whole entire thing. Anyway, here we go. And Daydoy, I will be right back. Don't go anywhere.